All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Marakah Kwadash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who well. Peace and blessings and salutation to the hopeful elect. Vayaf, Dawadah, the house of David. All right, so we're just going to jump right into it. So as you can see here, this is Boston.com. This is local news. It says Cambridge hits pause on license plate cameras amid privacy concerns, right? So these are what you call these flock cameras, all right, which you see them posted up on the highways, all right, and in many different other places, okay, all right. So it says this, right? So it says, now this was all used for law enforcement, right? Okay, this would be sent out to like the police departments and many different other things, license plate readers, scanners, and many different other things. When you ride by, it scans your license plate, all right, and it scans and it pulls up information on you, and I mean deep information on you, all right, like where you're going, you know, where you're traveling to, many different other things like that, man. Your police record and so on and so forth, man. So it pulls up a whole lot of things, man. If you got warrants and all this other stuff like that, all right? That's what these things do, all right? It says just months after approving them, the Cambridge City Council voted unanimously Monday to pause the city's use of flock safety license plate reader cameras, right? Citing growing concerns over privacy and data sharing. All right, and that's what it does. It shares your data. You know what I mean? It says flock safety turned off the 16 cameras installed in the city on Tuesday after the council unanimously voted to suspend their use. It says these cameras are installed all in many different cities, man. These flock cameras, man. All right, they're installed in many different states, I should say, states with states. In cities, man. All right. It says the cameras were installed in September following a 6-3 vote to approve the use of the technology in February. It says the city's council revisit the issue after strong public feedback from residents that the ACLU and the nonprofit Digital Fourth, which advocates for privacy and surveillance reform. Right, so and surveillance reform, right? So this thing is all about surveillance, keeping an eye on people, man, watching your every move. That's what it's all about. All right, this is also a part of the elites. You know, this is a part of their scheme or NWO. Okay. It says they raised concerns that the company shared license plate data in national database accessible to law enforcement agencies nationwide. See? It says documents obtained by the ACLU of Massachusetts show that police across the state are tracking drivers' locations and sharing their data with more than 7,000 agencies nationwide, including some in states that restrict abortion, ban gendering affirming care for minors, or require local police enforcement immigration laws. So this is how ICE gets your information, man, through these flock cameras, man. Okay, this is all database data that is stored up and sent out. All right. It says, according to the 404 Media, one example of misuse occurred when a Texas law enforcement agency used Flock National Database to track a woman who allegedly self-administered an abortion. The agency reportedly lied to access Massachusetts data to get her location. It says the 404 Media also reports that some local police have searched Flock on behalf of ICE agents. It says, what I'm really hearing is that the most criticism is of the company's Flock, said said City Council Paul Toner, all right, who wanted to give the police department time to investigate the was that against the company, the accusations against the company, Salakia. It says technology can be very useful, but at this time it can be misused and terribly dangerous. City Councilor Mark McGovern, all right, McGovern said, all right, or Goverin said, okay. It says in response to the decision, Flock Safety stated it would work closely with the city to provide information or support during the review process. It says the allegations about Flock's relationship with federal agents are untrue. These questions have been addressed. That's a lie, because they're going to say it's not true, but that's ultimately a lie. All right. It says these questions have been addressed and in some cases have led to improvement in our products, that the Flock statement said. Police Commissioner Christine Elo, all right, said the department intends to use the technology for legit public safety. That's a lie. It says purposes such as locating stolen vehicles, investigating violent crimes, and improving traffic safety. This is nothing but just tracking. This is nothing but just keeping an eye on you, man, and taking up all your data to find where you at, track you down. All right, keep an eye on your every move. All right, that's what this is all about, man. It says, however, questions regarding data privacy have arisen, leading to an audit of the department's use and an outline in the letter to the council. It says Elo said she is open to exploring ways of using license plate reader cameras responsibly while they figure out how to protect our community from outreach from a federal government. Cambridge Police Department Superintendent Peter Velci, all right, said a federal Salakia. Where we at? Oh, okay, here we go. The Cambridge Police Department Superintendent Peter Velci said the federal grant covered half of the $48,000 cost of the surveillance program. About $24,000, and the city paid the remaining half to fund 16 cameras. It says the council voted to refer the issue to the Public Safety Committee, and the city council will need to take future vote on whether to turn on the cameras again or not. And they're going to turn them back on. All right? They're going to turn them back on because it is going to come from the higher ups, the elites, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Oppenheimers, the DuPonts, the Gettys. All right? Because all these set up puppets who are set up in these different places are going to take these orders from the elites. All right? It says this. All right, where we at? It says the concerns of Cambridge follow those in Illinois, where the superintendent of the state, or the secretary of the state, Salakia, said that the company shared data violating state law and terminated its contracts with Flock Safety. After Evanston, Illinois, all right, ordered Flock Safety to stop using the license plate reader cameras. Flock reinstalled them without their permission. Like I said, it says promoting it, and this is over in Illinois, right? It says promoting Evanston to cover them with plastic sheeting. It says Eugene, Oregon, all right, also paused its use of Flock Safety cameras over privacy concerns. It also follows residents recently voicing safety concerns over a private real estate company installing the cameras in Brookline. It says Cambridge City Councilor, however you say his name, just say Javon, all right, agrees, saying the tech, I don't know how to say his last name, but it says, what is it? Soul B. Rin Willer. Sobe Rinwiller, I guess that's how you say it. All right, agrees, saying the technology can aid federal overreach. It says the data in the cloud and all these systems are connected. All right, So Rinwiller, all right, said So Rinhowiller said we have to be vigilant. All right, so that was the end of the article. So let's go into a few scriptures real quick. I only got a few. I don't have many. So let's go here. Let's go to Micah. All right, Micah 2:1, because this is what this is about, man. It says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it. They practice it because it is in the power of their hands. Right, and this is a practice. Social surveillance. All right, this is ultimately what they want to go on in a new world order. All right, Gideon, Palantir. Okay, all nothing but tracking. Okay, keeping an eye on you. All right, watching you, man, watching your every move. You see? Let me go to Job. Let's go to Job 20. Verse number 4, it says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Right, because the joy of this man is, I got everybody under surveillance control. All right, and ultimately what he wants to really do is push off that RFID microchip. That's the main specter around this thing, which is the mark of the beast. All right, that is the ultimate tracker. All right, biometrics identification. All right, which is the biometrics identification. You see, which is another way of tracking. All right, you see, to set you up in an AI database system, and then let alone to track you, and so on and so forth, man. All right, you see. Let me get Job 15 real quick. Let me get Job 15. Job 15 and 35. And it says they conceive mischief and bring forth vanity. In their belly prepareth deceit, right? In their belly prepareth deceit, because they're not going to tell you what this is really all about. They're not going to tell. They're going to tell you, oh, it's for safety and violent crimes and all that. No, man. It's a complete lie, man. It's a complete lie. It's deeper than that, man. All right, it's deeper than that, which we already know what it's about, man. You see? All right, so let me get my next scripture, Psalms 59 and 12. Let's go there. Psalms 59 and verse number 12. It says, for the sin of their mouth and the words of their lips, let them even be taken in their pride. And for the cursing and lying which they speak. For cursing and lying which they speak, man. All right, because Esau, Edom, is nothing but a liar, man. He's a complete liar. And that's what he is. Okay? That's what he is. All right, let's do this here. It says, Psalms 58 and 3. It says, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. There you go. You see, there it is. Let me get my last scripture, Psalms 5 and 9. Psalms 5 and verse number 9. And it says, for there is no faithfulness in their mouth. Their inward part is very wickedness. Their throat is an open sepulcher, and they flatter with their tongue, right? And they flatter with their tongue, right? Oh, we gonna, we keep the place safe. You're good. Don't worry about it. We got everything under control. Flattering with their tongue, man. Okay? All right, so with that, I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Marakah, Quadash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. We well, peace and blessings and citation to the hopeful elect, the Bayath, Dawadah, the house of David. Shalom, Bible Ball.